Hey everyone! Today's hair idea is something I'm calling a Viking ponytail, and it came about as I was watching the trailer for the new season of Vikings. I guess it's fair to say that I'm really looking forward to it, hence this inspired hairstyle. I started my prep off screen by sectioning a mohawk shaped panel down the center of my head, and I also used a texturizing iron on it so as to pump up the volume in my naturally fine hair. And then I began to make a French fishtail braid. As always, I'll link my braid dictionary in the description below, but this is basically a two-strand braid, one that involves picking up hair from the right, crossing it to the left, and then taking hair from the left and bringing it to the right. It's a really easy pattern to learn and remember, and you can see that I went with it until I reached the crown of my head. Now I could have kept with the fishtail, but I decided to change it here. I split the two strands into three and reverted to a Dutch braid pattern. My reasoning for this is simple. Even with the crimp in my hair, a fishtail braid is a braid that's relatively flat to the head, whereas a Dutch braid is way more elevated off the scalp, and I thought this might be really helpful in the style later. Once I had my base in place, it was time to move on to the accent braids. So to save a little time, I'm going to fast forward here just a bit. I used a rat tail comb to make my horizontal sections, and each of these were small micro French braids, meaning I folded the strands over one another as opposed to under, and I did add hair into both sides. I'll admit that this takes some time to create, especially since these panels and strands are so small. One of the things I like to do is coat my fingers in some lightweight wax as I make them because it helps me to grip those thinner pieces more securely. And of course, the number and size of your accent braids will depend on what you can do, how many you want to make, and the shape of your head. I managed to do 3 along either side, which left me with 2 rectangular shaped sections at the nape, and just to throw in some variety, I French braided these vertically. In total, I had 8 accent braids, 4 on each side for the next step. I started with the top 2 by crisscrossing them over the Dutch braid and pinning them into place. Of course, this left me with a significant amount of braid length on both sides, but this was perfect because I was able to fold these ends back and forth. The objective here is to use all your small braids to cover the Dutch while creating a unique little hair collage on the back of the head. The more braids you make along the sides, the more intricate the ponytail will look at the end, and you don't necessarily have to keep this neat or follow any particular pattern. In this demonstration, I just went back and forth, but I bet this could look cool if you rolled up the ends into small buns or crisscrossed them in X-shaped patterns. Also, bringing your attention back to that center panel, you can probably see why I felt the Dutch braid made sense. It definitely raised everything up off my head, lending to the illusion of thicker and longer hair. And here I'm just rearranging the elastic that holds the Dutch braid. I'm tying it a little higher up on the strand so it looks more like a ponytail. Anyway, that's it for today. If you liked my video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you have any suggestions for me, leave a comment. Thanks for watching, and until next time, have fun and keep braiding. Bye!